Hello and welcome back to our channel Wacky Chronicles. This is another episode of our experience in County Cork, and today we are going to take a day trip to the Ring of Kerry. But if you have not watched our previous video from the Cork city, we'll have it linked here. So for this trip, we have decided that we will be creating two videos, one for the Cork city and one for a trip that we have planned. In the day 2 of our trip, we have an interesting day planned with the paddy wagon tours, and we will be going to the Ring of Kerry. It's an 8-hour day trip. It will be from 9 a.m. in the morning to 6:37 in the evening, but that will be the part 2 of the trip, and the Cork city, the castle, will be part 1 of the trip. So in today's episode, we'll be talking about our day trip from Cork city to the Ring of Kerry, which is a spectacular drive to the Ireland's southwest county Kerry. There's a reason that this route is considered to be an epic road trip because it is amazingly scenic. So it is easier to take this day trip from the Cork city because it is closer to the Ring of Kerry, and that's why we chose to do this from Cork city, because the tour operator that we chose had the perfect itinerary plan for this day trip. This trip can also be done from Dublin, but as this is a day trip, it would be very hectic to return to Dublin on the same day. As the trip was about to start early in the morning, we headed towards our pickup point as soon as we got ready. But when we got there, we got to know that a marathon had just started in the city, and so we got delayed by like 1 hour for our trip to start. Not get bored, we got down from the bus and cheered for all the runners who were participating in the marathon. Our first stop was Killarney. So the day that we visited Killarney, there was a bike show happening in the city, and the bikers were about to cross Killarney, so we got delayed there as well. But it was such an amazing show the bikers put up, because there were so many different kinds of bikes, and the creativity that each one of them showed on their bikes was spectacular. We spent a lot of time there cheering for the bikers as well, and it was an experience that we were having for the first time, but it was really nice. Killarney. It's a quaint little town on the Ring of Kerry and acts as a gateway for both the Dingle Peninsula and the Ring of Kerry. With tourism being the largest industry here, Killarney is a beautiful little town which is home to the Killarney National Park. If you're only visiting Killarney for an hour or so on your day trip, that's how we did it. We would recommend you to take a walk along the city center, visit some cafes, have some coffee and croissant. The cafes were very cozy, and you would really have a good time even if you are here for an hour or so. The town also offers many other activities if you are here for a staycation or for a longer duration of time, like visiting the Macross House and Gardens, going on hiking trails, and many other such social activities as well. So no matter whichever tour organizer you opt for this trip, there are chances that you will be probably passing through Killarney, and it will be a pit stop on the way if you are visiting Dingle Peninsula or the Ring of Kerry. second stop for the day was the town of Killorglin, which is very famous for hosting the annual pug fair, which traditionally starts with crowding of a king goat. The annual pug fair attracts a large number of tourists and locals from all the parts of Ireland, and they have traditional Irish music that the locals and tourists enjoy too. So it's kind of a very big fair, and it happens every year in August. So if you're planning to visit Ireland in August, which will be a very good time as it will be summertime, you can take this day trip and visit Killorglin to experience the pub fair. Ahead of Killorglin lies the Kerry Bog Village. This is an open-air museum focused on the rural lifestyle of the traditional Irish people in the 19th century. So it paints a picture of how Irish people lived in the 19th century. So it has displays of thatched cottages, tools and furniture used by the people back then. Adjacent to the Bog Village is a traditional Irish pub called the Red Fox Inn, and among all the refreshment that it offered, particularly interesting and recommended was to try the traditional Irish coffee of the pub. It was what most tourists and locals try out when they are visiting the Red Fox Inn. Just as everybody, we did so too. I don't know what it was made of, but it was amazing and delicious and something which I had never tried before. But apart from the traditional Irish coffee that we tried, the Red Fox Inn had old-time rustic ambience, and the decor was very traditional, and it looked like it was a very old pub, but it definitely passed the vibe check. After visiting the Kerry Bog Village, our next stop was Waterville, which is located on the Wild Atlantic Way on the Ring of Kerry. So just where the bus stopped for us in Waterville, there's a promenade next to it, and it should be on your list to walk that path because it is calming, serene, and you would get to see amazing views just when you get down from the bus. So it's just a stone's throw away from the main road from where the bus is parked. You can consider coming to Waterville because as it is a seafront village, the hotels or accommodations that you book would be scenic, gorgeous, and just spectacular in general. Village offers a wide variety of activities like surfing, fishing, trip to the Skellig Islands, hill walking, and so many social activities as well. A very interesting fact about Waterville that we did not know earlier before coming here was that in 1959, Charlie Chaplin visited this village and he loved it so much that he kept coming back for 10 years. And to honor this memory of his, they have a statue of Charlie Chaplin in the center of Waterville. Next stop after this was the village of Sneem, and it was such a charming village on our way on the Ring of Kerry, and it is believed to be a knot, or it is known to be a knot in Irish culture, because they say that if you are gonna complete your Ring of Kerry tour, you need to pass through the village. It's an important part of the Ring of Kerry tour, and this village is very beautiful. We had ice creams over here, so we did stop here for like 45 minutes. We visited the little shops that sold woolen clothing. We oversaw the river of Sneem, which was from the bridge. It was very charming. Soon after we left, we stopped for another photographic pit stop called the Ladies View in Killarney. Now, Ladies View is presumed to be the most photographic view of Killarney's gorgeous lakes. This place is named after Queen Victoria when she visited town of Killarney, and when she visited the Muckross House and Gardens, her ladies in waiting were having a picnic at this place, and they loved it so much that they listed it as their favorite, and that's why the name Ladies View. It was indeed very gorgeous. You could see the entire lake. There's a viewpoint where you can go on a rock and see the entire lake and the landscape of Killarney's gorgeous lakes over there. So we spent some time naturally there admiring the views, taking some photographs, mostly that we did this entire trip. We have come to the last and final stop of our Ring of Kerry tour, the Torc Waterfall. So the Torc Waterfall is located inside the Killarney National Park. Waterfall is very popular attractions on the Ring of Kerry tour, but if you want to see the water in much force from the waterfall, we would recommend that you visit in July or August when it has rained a little, because when we visited there was less water, and so you could admire the beauty of a waterfall when the water comes at a full force. But despite the fact the water was not much in force, this was very beautiful. The hike was not much from where the bus was parked. It was mostly a 10 minutes walk till the waterfall. It would be beautiful because there's so much greenery around. Suddenly, when you walk to the top, you might feel a little sweaty, but with all the greenery and the trees around, the temperature will be a little cooler. And with that, our Ring of Kerry tour has come to an end. We particularly enjoyed this day trip from Cork City because it was much closer to the route, so we had a full day to ourselves. Not much time was lost to travel back and forth to Cork City because it was not very far from Cork City, but this tour had so much in terms of landscapes, the culture, history, the traditional references, food. If you want to know about the Irish culture a little more, then we would recommend to go on a guided tour. You can choose any of the tour operators that operate around here, and they would give so many references to the Irish history and what it signifies for each of the locations that they stop. It would be just wonderful to listen to them. Thank you for listening to me speak about all the places that we visited on our tour, and this comes to an end. So if you have not watched our previous videos, we have linked many videos up here so you can go and watch. We have towards Scotland, Ireland, the Cork City, and keep watching our videos. If you like our videos and want to see more of it, give it a thumbs up, comment on it what you liked about it, and subscribe to the channel if you still haven't. We would be back with another interesting trip soon, but till then, bye!